Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel, Crystal Heart. My name is Crystal and today we are discussing my quilting must-haves. Okay y'all, before we get into this video, y'all don't forget to hit the like button and also don't forget to hit the subscribe button. And we're just going to jump right into everything that I believe is my quilt must-haves. Every quilter is different, so some may agree, some may not agree, but y'all just let me know in the comment section what are your must-haves, if you use some of the things that I use, and if you have any tips or tricks for anybody else reading in the comment section. I'm so excited to announce that I now have an Amazon influencer storefront. So all products that I talk about will be in my Amazon storefront. And if it's not, I'll link it, but everything should be on the storefront because everything that I use and talk about on my channel, I'll be putting on that storefront from now on so that you can easily just click on there and find whatever it is that you want to know about and be able to purchase it for yourself. And these products are not in any sort of order. I'm just kind of like just going off and talking about the different things that I use. So the first thing that we're going to talk about is rotary cutters. And if you have seen any of my videos, you may know that my favorite rotary cutters is the Alpha rotary cutters. I love the 28mm, but I also own the 45mm. I know most people prefer the bigger size to the smaller size. But for me, I like the smaller size just because I can maneuver it better. But these cutters are just the best. I love them. I love the way that they slide up and down really easily. The safety slide, the safety, whatever you call it, I don't know, slides up and down really easily. You can pop off the blade with just one little button. I just love these cutters. The feel in my hand is what I like. They're my fave. Check them out. The second thing that I must have in my sewing room while quilting is a cutting mat. All quilters need a cutting mat. Only thing that I can't exactly tell y'all is that I found the perfect cutting mat because I feel like I haven't. So I have a lot of different mats in here. I have a Cricut cutting mat. I have a Westcott cutting mat. I have one that's it's from Tuesday Morning. It's called American something. I have a few of them all over the sewing room, and I haven't found the one for me that just lasts and lasts and lasts. I know that there is more expensive brands that probably last longer. I just have not broke the bank to buy those more expensive brands. But if you have any suggestions, put it in the comment section. Okay, the next quilting must-have is a ruler. All quilters need cutting rulers to measure and cut straight lines, cut your fabrics for your fabric pieces. These are just the ones that I enjoy using. I love the Lori Holt Raleigh Blake Cute Cuts rulers. They don't slide around as much. They have like little edges that keeps it from sliding, so I do love those. Another one that I love is the Omni Grip. Not the Omni rulers are great, but the Omni Grips, they kind of hold on to your fabric as well so that the ruler doesn't shift around. Because if you know anything about rulers, they slide and it makes your cut kind of go off to the side rather than be straight if it slides. So we're always looking for things to make that ruler not slide. But Omni Grip, it's a really good ruler that does not slide around as much. Also, Creative Grids also makes a great ruler that does not slide around as much. And for me, I like having all the different size rulers. So I have all the different sizes. I do have a lot of different brands. These are my favorite for not sliding around. And there are products on the market, the little dots that you can put at the bottom of your ruler to make them not slide. I have used that in the past, but for me, I just rather have a ruler that just doesn't slide. The next thing on my must-have list is snippers. The little snippers to cut your threads as you're moving along. I love them. You can use regular scissors to cut your threads, but the snippers have the little spring that bounces back up and down. And for some reason, they just catch that thread really well and snip it when you're at your machine. They also are super sharp so it doesn't take much, and I just love the snippers. I need them at my machine. I have a million of them. If you don't use them, try them out. They're super cheap. So I think I got a pack of them for like $5 to $10, and you'll get more than one. So I don't know, try them out. The little snippers, I love them. Next on the list is clips. You may call them Wonder clips, but I don't have that actual brand. But just the little clips, they work best for me. I rather use them over pins in most areas. But there are times when I rather use pins. But as for just holding the fabric together while getting ready to sew the pieces, I love my clips for holding pieces together, as far as like when you're cutting your pieces and all your A pieces, your B pieces, your C pieces, and you want to just hold them together while you're cutting. Use little clips. They're just so handy in so many different areas that I love my clips. I have to have them. I have a million of them. I'll continue buying more. I love those clips. Now, if you rather pins over clips, my must-have pins are the Dritz brand pins. I've tried all these little cheap pins, and I think when it comes to your pinning, the pins, the name brand pins actually matter, because those cheap pins, they're not as sharp. They get dull really quickly. Sometimes they're rough and they snag. I hate it. So I use the Dritz brand, is what works best for me. And I have the regular size. I'm not exactly sure how the sizing goes, but I have like just the little regular size, but I also have the very fine ones. The very fine ones, I sew over those. I know some people do not sew over pins. I don't sew over the regular size, but the really fine ones I do sew over. So when it comes to holding, when you're matching seams together, I think that using pins work way better than using clips. So I'll use the fine pins to match my seams, and then I'll sew over them, and that fabric never moves, and you'll always perfectly match your seams when you do that. The next thing that as a quilter I definitely need is spray starch. And I recently went through a period of time where my local stores were just out of starch. I have no idea why, but it was crazy. I have to have my spray starch. My favorite spray starch is the Faultless brand Luxe Finish spray starch. It's the gold can. I love that spray starch more than any other spray starch, but I have to use other ones when I can't find that one. Any of them in the Faultless brand work well. It's just that one gives me the best hold. I like my fabrics to be kind of stiff. I'm not the person who sprays their fabrics and let them drip and do all of that and have to dry and all that. No, I spray my fabrics before I cut them, and I spray and iron, and that's just the way I like to do it. I'm not a heavy starcher and then have to like drip dry them and all that. No, I don't do all that. So the Faultless Luxe Finish is my favorite. When I don't want a super tight hold, I do like the Mary Ellen's Best, what is it called? Best Press. The Mary Ellen's Best Press gives a light hold, so I do use that one sometimes whenever I'm not looking to like super get my fabric super stiff. I'll use the Mary Ellen's Best Press. And recently, when I could not find my Faultless and there was nothing else in the stores, I had to get the Stay Flow. And I don't know if Stay Flow is like real old school to me. Like back in the day, the guys used to starch their pants real stiff with the Stay Flow. It's like you get a big jug of it and it's liquid and you mix it with water and it's supposed to be like a real tight hold. I had to get that last time and I liked it, but it was not as good as my Luxe Finish Faultless brand. But in a pinch, it worked. Another thing that I have to keep close to the sewing machine, and I wish I didn't, is a seam ripper. We all know that we make mistakes and we have to rip those seams out. So for me, a seam ripper is essential, but it really does not matter the brand, the type. The one that comes with the sewing machine works just as well as the little fancy ones that you can get from the store, in my opinion. I have a bunch of them. I lose them. I just happen to get more in like mystery boxes and things like that. So seam ripper, we all need them. Pick you up one if you don't have one, but if you have a sewing machine, I'm sure you have one. And of course, if you're a quilter, you need a sewing machine, unless you're a hand stitcher, but I mean, most of us are not. So I have a few sewing machines. A few of you know that my most recent purchase sewing machine is the Juki TL 2010. Love that machine. I've only had it for a couple of months, but I love it. So far, I love it. It goes through everything. The TL 2000 is basically the same machine, but it's a little bit cheaper because it does not have the speed regulator. If you need that, then pay the extra $200. I got mine on a deal, so I do have the 2010, but in my Amazon storefront, I have both of them linked, so you can check them out, check the specs, look at the reviews. Eventually, I'll do a review on my machine, but right now I'm not ready to do that because I haven't had it for that long. But awesome machine. The machine I was using before that machine was a Janome Mod 100Q. That machine is a computerized machine. It is also an awesome machine. So I still do have it. I love it. If you like all the fancy stitches and stuff, it's perfect for that. And it did come with the extended table and all of that. I did love that machine, but I wanted something a little bit more heavy duty and faster. So the Juki was perfect for that. If you need something a little bit cheaper, I do recommend the Singer Heavy Duty. It does heavy duty. It can sew through a lot of material at the same time. And it's just a tried and true sturdy machine. It has the metal frame. I still have my heavy duty machine, and I also love that machine as well. All those machines are on my storefront because they're just the machines that I recommend. And of course, as a quilter, you also need your favorite thread. For me, all cotton thread is what I rather use, so 100% cotton threads. I buy just the cheap name store brand threads from the local store. I know that people love Gutermann, people love Orfil. So as for me, I don't have a super recommendation on that because I just use the cheapest, and it has been working with my machine. So for you, maybe in the comments y'all can give y'all recommendations and why y'all like y'all thread. Some people say that the cheaper threads do too much fuzziness in the machines and stuff like that. I haven't had that problem, but if I ever do have that problem, then I'll switch. And the last thing that I have on my must-have list is batting. Batting for me, I need my cotton batting. It's important. I love the feel of the cotton. I love the breathability of the cotton. And for me, when I'm quilting by hand or by machine, it's easy. I just love the cotton batting. I recently tried to cross over and do a small project with polyester batting, and it was a no-go for me. A super no-go. Also, I do glue base my quilts where I have to iron them. So for me, cotton, I need my cotton batting. I usually buy them on the bolt when I can get them on sale or on clearance. So look around for that. If I can find some at a decent price, I'll put it on my storefront. But I know that Walmart, if you go on walmart.com and just put it in your cart, you can watch the price fluctuate. And usually that's how I'll buy it. And I'll buy it the whole bolt at a time for like under $50. And that way I can have a bunch at one time. At one point, it went down to like maybe $25, maybe even cheaper on clearance with Walmart. And I bought 2 bolts, and I'm still working through that. So I don't know if I'll find something comparable on Amazon. But if I do, it'll be in my store because, like I said, I like to keep everything that I use in my store. But I want it to be at a good price. I don't want to put a $100 bolt of batting in my storefront when I know I wouldn't pay that much if I can find it somewhere cheaper. But anyway, that's all I have for my favorite quilting must-haves. I'm sure eventually my list may grow and I'll redo this video in the future. But I hope that this helped you. If you have tips, leave them in the comment section. I like to know y'all opinions and how y'all feel about things. Y'all know this. I love the comment section. I'm always down there. So yeah, don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the little notification button so you can know when I go live and when I post videos. And if you find this video helpful, share it with a friend. Let's just keep this going. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time. Bye. And Happy New Year's.